Tent Tales. Toward the end of my summer, Mom decided to spring a vacation on me. I say vacation because what she suggested as a relaxing getaway was actually the worst idea in the world for someone wanting rest and relaxation. If you wanted to take some time off and rejuvenate, wouldn't you pick a fancy spa or a nice hotel or a luxurious beach resort to go to? But when my mom gets tired of working, she's a nurse, and works a lot of early morning shifts, she likes to go on hikes. Not that I don't like outdoorsy things. Earlier this summer, I raised a butterfly, and I love planting things. But what I want to do when I'm tired is sit by a pool. Hiking is hard. I'd more likely take a vacation from hiking than I would go hiking on vacation. But there Mom was, standing in the kitchen with a map in one hand and a tent pole in the other. She was poking me with a pole as I tried to eat my toast. Mom, seriously? I don't want to go camping. I want to ride my bike and go to the pool, I whined. Anne, I already reserved a campground for us. It's not the back country, and it's only for 3 days. Mom stopped poking me with the tent pole. Ugh, I hate bugs, and I hate sleeping on dirt. I knew I was being a pain, but I said it anyway. That's what bug spray and sleeping pads are for. The case was closed. Mom said we were leaving the next day, Friday, and I went upstairs to pack a bag while she went to the grocery store. I forgot to tell her to get marshmallows, I thought as I angrily shoved a sweatshirt into my duffel. If I'm going to be outside in the woods, I at least want to make s'mores. Figures I'd forget something like that. And Mom's such a health nut, there's no way she'd buy them on her own. In the morning, we wrestled the tent and cooler into the car. It only took an hour to get the campground, but it took 2 hours to set up the tent. The plot Mom had reserved for us was damp with rain from earlier in the week, and I had to scrape out a mountain of ashes from the lonely grill. The picnic table was covered in ladybugs. This is already awful, I said a little too loudly. Well, it's about to get worse then, little lady. Put on your hiking shoes. Mom hammered the last tent stake into the ground and disappeared under the flaps. I wanted to ask how long the first hike was going to be, but I didn't have to. The trailhead, which was already a 15-minute walk from the campsite, had a signpost that read, Oak Crest Trail, 6-mile loop, 6 miles. In case you were wondering, is not far when riding a bike, but is really far when you are walking up rocky hills. I killed a mosquito that was sucking the blood out of my calf. Ugh, that's all I had time to say, and then I had to run to catch up with Mom, who had already started walking. For the first half hour or so of the hike, we walked in silence. Mom stayed a good few yards ahead of me, and I struggled to keep her from hiking out of my sight. I could tell she was disappointed in my attitude, but I was too out of breath to even suggest I was sorry, and I wasn't really sorry anyway. I just couldn't believe that Mom didn't even ask me what I wanted to do. She had just decided to go, and since I'm not old enough to be home alone, I had to go with her. I stopped on the trail and watched Mom turn around the corner. Frustrated, I almost didn't notice the deer staring at me from the woods, but when it snapped a branch, I looked up. It was a buck with tiny fuzzy antlers adorning its head, and it gazed at me as I took a bite out of a frothy green bush. A butterfly sank and rose and landed on one of the buck's antlers, just for a split second, and then the buck and the bug were off. The sight managed to calm me. I ran to see Mom and found her standing by a raspberry bush. She picked one and threw it at me. I caught it and popped it into my mouth. I'm sorry, Mom. You should be, she said, but she laughed. I know you're not an outdoorsy gal. Just be glad I didn't pick a 10-miler, eh? This isn't so bad. I saw a deer. The rest of the hike took 2 hours, mainly because it was hilly and I am slow. When we finally reached our camp, I had 7 bug bites and a little sunburn, and even my mom was tired. She started the grill and I set up our picnic table, brushing away the ladybugs from one end so we could sit. We grilled corn and my mom made jambalaya in a saucepan, and we sucked down homemade lemonade as it got dark. I was regretting the fact that we didn't have dessert when Mom asked me to go find 2 thin sticks. What? Why? I stacked my plate on top of hers as she pulled the jug of water from the car. Because, she started, we have to roast these on something, don't we? From under the back seat, Mom held up a bag of marshmallows. She had gotten them after all. Mom, graham crackers too? And chocolate. She almost dropped the water and the marshmallows when I ran up to hug her. Together we set our first few marshmallows on the fire, threatening one another with the sticky remnants. Have you ever had peanut butter on a s'more? Mom asked me, because it's the best thing ever. I went to bed, wrapped up in my sleeping bag, on top of a remarkably comfortable sleeping pad that night. thinking about how camping actually might not be so bad. That, or my mom is just the coolest. Number 1. Read the paragraph. But there Mom was, standing in the kitchen with a map in one hand and a tent pole in the other. She was poking me with a pole as I tried to eat my toast. Why does Mia's mom likely poke Mia when a tent pole is in this paragraph? A. She is mad at Mia. B. She is being playful. C. She hopes it will convince her to go camping. D. It was an accident. Number 2. Read the sentence. Toward the end of my summer, Mom decided to spring a vacation on me. When Mia says, Mom decided to spring a vacation on me, she most likely means A. Her mom told her about vacation that she was excited about. B. Her mom surprised her with news of a vacation that she was not expecting to be fun. C. Her mom asked her where she would like to go on vacation. D. Her mom told her they were going on vacation in the spring. Number 3. What is the main idea of the text? Use at least 2 details from the text to support your answer. Number 4. Which detail from the text most contributes to the problem of the story? A. She hates bugs. B. She has to hike a 6-mile loop. C. She forgot to ask her mom to get marshmallows to make s'mores. D. She's frustrated her mom didn't ask for her opinion about going on the trip. Number 5. What did Mia and her mom eat for dessert? A. Jambalaya. B. S'mores. C. Hot dogs. D. Candy.